that really means is that we all have the ability, the right, as some of my colleagues say, to describing ourselves. That we have this. One of my friends, David Denborough, talks about storytelling rights. That we have the right to tell stories about who we are, what we are, and those sorts of things in the context of language that we choose and that makes sense to us. And there's a lot of really cool stuff going on in my work around lots of different things, but this is a thing that I've been really interested in for a little while. And the idea that that agency, that descriptive agency, meaning that we have we can take that agency back of describing who we are and what we are, and move away from descriptions that might otherwise come to us through all kinds of paradigms that we might not even think about. Like, for example, the idea that I'm not a real professor. I'm an adjunct faculty member at a university, but I'm not a real professor. The idea that I'm not a real professor comes from this whole lineage of this hierarchy of professorial kind of rank, and it doesn't really affect what my students, my students experience me, which is ultimately the most important thing for me as far as I'm concerned. Do they get what I'm trying to get across? Do they enjoy the work that we do together because of what it brings to their lives? That's what I'm interested in. So the idea that I'm not actually a real professor is a description that comes from somebody other than me. And not that I want to label myself, but that notion of thinking of myself as professor, not professor, is an idea that comes from a place that's other than my descriptive agency. So if I take back that descriptive agency and say, I think about myself as has interactions with students who we talk about these ideas that I'm really excited about, and they get engaged in these ideas because I'm really excited about them. Then I'm like, oh my God, well, that's totally cool. I totally love that. And it has nothing to do with some description that comes from somebody other than me. So something to think about. The reclamation of descriptive agency, or taking back your storytelling rights, might be something for you to ponder for today. I hope you enjoy that. I certainly do. And but that's what I got for today. Once again, it's What's Next with Dr. Joel, and I will talk to you